Hey, Sophie. Hey, Lucky. The storm is nowhere near us. It's supposed to come here next week, but the weather is very shitty right now. It's about to pour again. It was sunny, hot, and nice about all day. And then, poof, back to shit again. It's about to pour. It's getting very windy. We get these sporadic showers and wind every so often, but there's like a pretty big shower coming this way. Yeah, I see it on the radar. We're gonna get rain like any minute now. I was outside doing stuff and then I had to come back inside. It's like a shit show all over the place. This whole island is going crazy because people's internet and people's cable. Like me, I have no cable TV. My internet works, but my cable TV, the box got zapped. So I went there on my bike and it was about 20 people in line. And everybody was like aggravated, pissed off. I stayed there for probably 5 minutes. I spoke to a friend of mine that was there, and he said that his internet box got zapped, and I said my cable box got zapped. And then we looked around, and everybody was like pissed off and waiting. And I was like, "Well, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stand here for like a whole hour, hour and a half, or more. I haven't even seen the line move yet." So I said, "I'm getting out of here. I don't really need cable TV like that. I don't give a shit." So I left. I said, I can't take this shit no more. I'm not going to stand here in line all day. Hell no. And while I was there, about four people left the line because they couldn't wait any longer. And they said that they haven't seen it move for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, yep, sounds about right. So if you know your company has a problem and you got zapped by lightning and you know you need more like, manpower to help people in the customer service place, like why don't you have more people working there? Why don't you get people like to come in like the bosses and shit and handle people and like, fuck man, people are stupid. But we're gonna pay our bill every fucking month. We have to do that, right? So these days that we've missed, and they're gonna say, oh well, it's not our fault. You got zapped by lightning. Yeah, but it's your company. Your company should instead of if they had any type of brains, which they don't, they would send people to people's houses. They would say, look, instead of you coming here, we're coming to you. We'll drop the box off, you give us the old one, and that's it. So all those guys you have and those truck drivers and all those people that do house calls, they should take like 20 boxes that are programmed, put everybody's name on it that needs one, and go around dropping them off. Simple. You'll get 20 people knocked out in a day. You can even hire somebody to drive the car and go to these people's locations, right? Somebody that doesn't even work for your company. You can get a taxi driver or you can get like somebody that, driving somewhere or whatever. Just say, hey, look, drop these off in this area to this person, to that person, to that person. Or you should have a section in your business where this is for cable TV, this is for internet, and this is for phone. All people there are all in line at their sections. But no, stupid ass people, stupid ass businesses, and nobody has a brain anymore. Because everybody thinks in this world that nothing's ever going to happen to me, nothing's ever going to happen to anything. Now it's pouring. And I told my nephew, don't leave here on your bike. Now he sent me a picture of him at the bus stop in the rain. And I told him, don't go nowhere, it's gonna pour. But he don't fucking listen either. Oh, hey, Claudia. Oh, I'm glad your rash is cleared. That's good. I'm glad you're better now. That's good. Sure, my nephew's another one with no brains. 17-year-old and no brains. I just told him, don't go nowhere. There's a piece of rain coming and it's gonna be bad. Don't go anywhere. So he's at a bus stop place under shelter. Actually, he's got the radar thing. Never mind. I don't have to send it to him. Never mind. I ain't got time for dumbasses every day. I'm sick and tired of telling people shit and nobody listens. I'm had enough. And then my friend came here this morning. Him and I looked at the generator. We looked for everything. Took the motherboard apart. Got down to the very end. We saw a big burnt mark on the actual board itself. So I go to hey Destiny, how you doing? Slay. Oh, that's good. They cancel work, but you're still getting paid. Oh, that's a good job. So anyway, him and I looked at the motherboard and it was burnt out. So I go online. I go to Amazon. They don't have any. I went to eBay. They had it, $700 for the part for the generator, and I have to wait till next week for it to get it. I ordered it today, and today is what, Thursday, and I should get it by next Thursday, hopefully. And that's when the hurricane is supposed to come by. So now I have to deal with that bullshit. It's a never-ending story, but it's all good. Just like I said to my sister, I say it all the time. I went without a generator my whole life. Only the last 10 years I've had a generator, and that's it. And if I really need the generator, I'll go down my mom and dad's and take that one. Or I'll go buy a damn generator, a little portable one just to run my fridge. That's all I really need. I don't care about no air conditioning and all that. I'll just sleep with the fucking windows open all that care. I'll just sweat my ass off. It's all good. I'll sleep in the bathtub. Fuck it, I'll just go rent a room, a hotel room. At this point in time, I don't give a shit. I really don't. Hey Ashley, how you doing? It's all good though. It's life. Actually, I've seen better days. We had a pretty bad lightning and thunderstorm yesterday, and the lightning storm burnt out my generator. We lost electricity for 45 minutes, but it burnt out my generator, my cable box, and our internet and cable aren't as great as it should be. But yeah, everything's and then I went to the place to go get a new box for my cable, and there's 20 something people in line. And I'm like, you know what, Mark? Go home, relax, and don't get mad. Because this is Bermuda. It's a bunch of dumb fucking people that run shit here, and they're all dumb. But it's dumb people everywhere. I've heard people in the States say the same thing. Customer service and companies are just not what they used to be. People are just so dumb they don't even know how to run a business. And then yesterday morning, my mom called me to tell me that one of my friends passed away. He was like 40, 42, 43 years old. Looks like he died of a heart attack. I haven't heard anything else, but so yeah, I had some bad news this week so far, which is not good. Then I got this fucking hurricane that might come here next week. But the latest track says it's going in between us and North Carolina. So we're supposed to get affected a little bit by it, but they can't predict that shit too much. That's why, like, I'm not really worried. As long as there's no like lightning bolt holes in my fucking house and it didn't hit my car and destroy it. The lightning did a pretty bad number on Bermuda yesterday. It destroyed a boat, two telephone poles on fire, 4 or 5 thousand people without electricity yesterday. Thank God I got mine back. And my friend that fixed my generator, he says two people that he know, their generators got fried too. So he says it's not just you, Mark. Everybody's going through bullshit. I said, I know. It's life. I said I'd rather have these problems than have cancer and have a disease or have my parents or somebody in the hospital dying. So I'll take those problems any day. You know what I mean? I'll take bullshit problems like that any day. As long as we're safe and we didn't get hit by lightning or nobody in my family died and all that, that's good. I'm glad. I'll take the regular problems any day. So yeah, that's what's happened in the past couple of days. And I was outside just now doing some stuff outside, and then now it's fucking pouring rain. So it's like the retrograde never ended. So it's not easy. A lot of bullshit. But like I said, it could be worse. It's all good. Ashley, I see you donated. Thanks. You can ask your question when you're ready. And Destiny, I got another message from PayPal saying that first payment was still pending or whatever. But you should cancel that payment. Like just cancel it. Like so that way it's not pending anymore. I don't know if you've done that already. I don't know what they said to you, but these people are dumb. PayPal is dumb too. They be tripping. It's not easy. Yeah. Well, Saturn is my ruling planet, so Saturn should help me. Which Saturn did help me. Yeah, the second one went through. The second one went through Destiny, but the first one, remember, the first one was pending. I got another email today saying that these people are weird, man. Let me see what it says. Yeah, I got the one that you sent that says resend. I got that yesterday. But the pending one, it's still okay. Hold on a sec. Hmm. Apparently it says it went through now. So why the fuck did they give me an email saying that it's still pending? These people on crack. I swear, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. This fucking bullshit. They literally just sent me an email. I know, right? Hold on a sec. Let me see what this stupid shit said. Cause I just put it in my like archives or whatever the fuck you call it. Now I can't even find the email. I give up. Okay, here it is. It says the payment from is being processed. Okay, it says this transaction is no longer pending and the money has been released to your account balance. Thank you for your patience. So why the fuck does it say the payment from is being processed? You didn't even say who it's from. It just says from. I didn't know your name is from now. Wow. From Slay. Oh, good Lord Jesus, help me. I swear, man. I don't know what more to do or to say. Nah, it's not your fault. These people are stupid as shit. Like, how the hell are you going to say it's from and not say who it is? And usually when it's pending, it'll say payment from so-and-so has gone through. You have received money. You have received funds, it says. That's why I didn't know if it went through or not. And now it's saying, yeah. Okay. All right. Ashley, let me get to your question. I swear, I'm going to end up getting fucking in a nut house or something. The amount of bullshit that I have to put up with is unbelievable. Oh, good Lord Jesus, help me. All right. Let me concentrate here. All right. Ashley said, I was wondering how is Tay feeling about our relationship. Things have progressed surprisingly, but I forgot to text him this morning. He'll be all right. I just want to know. All right, let's check. Wow. See how dumb they are? Oh, boy. All right, so Ashley, what I'm getting here is he feels like there's no real romance or no uh if there's no romantic feelings like really going on, he's probably worried about that or not really happy about it. Or he might not be happy that you're like not he might not be happy with the way like he feels or you towards you because he feels like you might have some like anxiety towards him or you feel like a certain way towards him or you test him. You might think that he thinks that you think that he's a person who may appear to be cool but not really, and you might doubt him. He feels like the doubt you have for him. That's how he feels. Like he feels like the relationship doesn't really have too much romance and too much lovey-dovey type stuff, and he feels incomplete. He doesn't feel like too happy, and he's worried that you're gonna leave him or you might just get up and go. He feels like you're not happy. That's how he feels. He feels like you're not that happy with what's going on. Like you feel like he feels like maybe he wants more, you want more, and it's not really going the way he wants it to. He feels like he's doing his part, and he feels like he's advancing towards you, he's coming towards you, but he's not getting what he wants back. So if he feels that he's doing his part, he might not feel that you're doing yours. Because I get you reversed as the Empress. Four of Wands reversed, which means no romance, no real love and happiness and feelings. Then I got the Seven of Cups, whereas might he has like a lot of wishful thinking, and he feels like this could be just a fantasy and nothing more. He feels like it could be more, but it isn't. Or he's doubting the connection so far. Well, there you go. That's why you're reversed and he isn't. Because you're the one that's scared. But he wants to advance. He wants to keep going. He wants to come towards you and do things, but you're holding back. So it's your fault. Yeah. I'm blaming you. Or maybe you're the one that's not happy. I don't know. Looks like he wants more, but you're not giving in. Which is okay if you don't. Well, there you go. He doesn't communicate and you're scared. That's really gonna go somewhere. You don't communicate with me. Yeah, but you're scared. Okay, but I still want to be together. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll get unscared and maybe you'll start to communicate. Okay, let's try. Okay, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. That's what it's gonna be. Oh Jesus, please help me. Why? But honestly, it looks like I got him as the Knight of Wands, which is a person who wants to advance, wants to get to know you more, wants to do more with you, but you're not, like, he feels like you're scared or you're not willing to meet him halfway, or that's why he probably doesn't communicate. But in the same breath, you said here, things have progressed surprisingly, but I forgot to text him this morning. So how the heck is things progressing surprisingly, but at the same time you're telling me he's got no communication, and you're scared. Hey Erica, how you doing? You good? How you been? Well, that's probably why I got what I got, because you're the Empress reverse, where you're like you're not giving in to being comfortable and advancing. He wants to advance more, but it's like nothing's going on. But he's ready. He's ready to make things happen, but he feels like you're holding back or you're not. There's no community. You guys need to sit down and talk. That's what I'm getting. I'm not getting anything else but that. But for him to be upright, it means that he's ready. You're good. You're doing better. That's good. I'm glad you're doing better. Good to see you too. All you do is talk. So I'm gonna try again. But talk. But do you talk about your like advancing in your relationship or what? See, that's the thing. You could talk all day about the weather and the sky and what you're wearing and work, but what about you and him? And if you want to go slow, then that's why I'm not really getting anything, that's great. I mean, just talking is one thing. You could talk to somebody all day. It doesn't mean that it's going to improve your relationship. Physical presence improves everything. So ask yourself, right? Do I see him face to face? Do we exchange energy? Do we talk to each other face to face, or is it text message love? That's what I'm saying. It's two different things. And I feel like, a lot of relationships don't last and don't go nowhere because people are talking on the phone and not actually seeing each other in real life. I got out of that situation plenty of times. I ain't talking to nobody over the damn phone and texting you all day. I need to see, smell, hear, taste, and touch and feel. Last I checked, that's a real relationship. I'm sure anybody agrees with me, but if you don't, it's all good. You're still in recovery mode? Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you're getting better. That's good. Yeah, long distance relationship and me don't get along. I don't want no long distance shit, and I don't want no. I have to see you. I have to feel you, touch you. Not in the ways that you can. If you want me to touch you that way, yeah. Obviously, if you're my girlfriend, yeah. But if we're just starting to see each other, there has to be a face to face meetings, like in order to talk to each other, see each other's you know expressions and shit. So yeah, so you got to ask yourself, Ashley, what are you doing? Is it text message shit, phone calls, or is it really seeing each other? Because I always tell people when I do readings for people, if you're not in that person's physical energy, you can't really be read properly. And I know that a lot of psychics will probably agree with me, and a lot of readers will agree too, because there has to be physical energy exchanged in order for you to get a real serious feelings and thoughts and shit like that. I explain that to people, but well, then that's an issue that you have to solve. Slay. That's something that you gotta like deal with. But if you're not comfortable yet, then that's probably why. But that's how he feels. The person you're asking me about, he feels like not it's not going anywhere because of that. He feels like there's nothing there yet. Hey Barbie, how you doing? You good? And Destiny, if you want, I can do some more stuff, some more questions for you or whatever. Or you let me know what you need. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, and I'm not saying you have when you see him today, open up your legs. No, I'm just saying, like like if you feel like you're the issue, or you have an issue of expressing your feelings, and you need to get more comfortable, then it's gonna be day by day. But you should, when you see him face to face next time, to say, hey, look, I'm a bit non-expressive, but don't take it the wrong way. I want to take things slow. I don't know if you say all that shit. So if you do, and he's okay with it, then he'll be okay with it. If he isn't, if you told that to him already, he'll probably be. That's why he probably feels the way he does. He'd be like, "Well, I'm ready whenever." He seems like he's ready, and the problem is like you're not being ready, or you're not being comfortable, or you not really feeling like you want more. So it's up to you. Take your time. If you feel like you need to take your time, tell him. That's all. But if he isn't pressuring you into anything, then it's fine. You know, like if you feel like you know if you feel like you can't say anything, then I don't know, type it out. But then again, it's up to you, really. You just chilling, Barbie? Good. You said the only thing I can think of is My spirit, I want to tell me anything. Or if my dog. My doggy, she's right here. She's been huffing and puffing and ran inside because it's so hot outside. It's not that hot. It's just very humid today. She's sprawled out right in front of me. She's been very naughty. She's been a naughty girl all week. You wouldn't even know she was in here. She's breathing calm. She's not snoring. She's sleeping right here. Her body's like right here. I can hit her with my foot if I want to. And she's just breathing normal and she's just there like that's what she's doing. Just sleeping. Well, you could be more assertive and if you feel like but there's nothing to be scared of. You know what I'm saying? You're old enough now to know what it's like and how to deal with things. There's nothing to be scared of. You only live once, you know? I don't want you to go to him tonight and say, okay, let's fuck now and see how we can express ourselves. Just talk and get to know the person and see how it goes. You know. But if you come across as too shy or too like conservative, then it might turn him off. And then again, Lord knows he might be the same way. But you'll be fine, Ashley. All right. So uh that's cool, Destiny. So you said, my spirit guides want to tell me anything, or if my dog comes through. All right, I can check to see what I can get. Well, I still see your dog at home. Like your dog's at your house, like where you live, and I see the dog around like your mom and your brother and at your I don't think you're living at home. I'm not sure if you're at home, but if you are, the dog's on like a comforter on a bed. I don't know if he had like a little collar or something he had around his neck. Yeah, I felt like you're not. I don't see him around you. Yeah, I see like a collar around his neck. It looked kind of like darkish blue because I can see something around his neck, and he's like laying there on the end of the bed on like a bed and a comforter. I see like a whitish comforter. Good night, Lucky. Yeah, I see a dark blue collar around his neck, and I see him like on a white comforter, and he's at the very very corner on the right. If you're laying down, it's on the left. If you're looking directly on, it's on the right on the bottom. I don't know if your mom senses the dog in there. I don't know if she says she senses him or like feels him or like smells him or something. But he shows me your mom, like him around your mom, going around your mom. Yeah. So that's what the dog's showing me. Hmm. I see like another dog around that he goes to see or he plays with. It's like a white fluffy dog with a black nose. I don't know what the hell you call him. Like one of those. I don't know. I don't really know too much about dogs, like what type of dogs. I only know the dogs that I like. But there's like a white, shaggy, fluffy looking dog with a black nose, and him and the dog is hanging out together. Oh, okay. 'Cause I see another dog next to him, and I'm like, who's this dog? So he's got like another dog next to him that hangs out with him, or he goes to see the dog, or they hang out. I don't necessarily think the dog is there with him, but he hangs out with the dog from time to time. Ah, okay. Yeah. That's why I get that they're not together, but they see each other. Like I'm getting like Spirit was saying that they visit each other. So you're okay. Your brother has dark hair and glasses. 'Cause I see the dog around a male with dark hair and glasses, and the dog's like jumping around, and I see the the guy there. He's young, like a young guy. I don't know if your brother's younger than you, but looks like a young guy with glasses and black hair, and the dog's like hopping around, and he probably feels the dog too. Ah, okay. Well, that's the initial thing I saw was him around a boy, like a younger male. That's why I asked, and I can see the boy. He's got like I can see the he's got like black hair and glasses, and then I know what your mom looks like because I don't know your brother, so that's why I asked. So then I see your dog Rocky going all around like the kitchen area. I see him going where the beds are. Like he's there at home. He wants to be there. That's where I see him. I see him around your brother and your mother. Yeah, he's fine. You don't have to worry about the dog. But hmm, see, I see the white dog around your grandma. Like your grandma came through, and like I see the dog next to your grandma, and he's like, oh, trying to lick her face, and she's like, you know, get down. Yeah, I see her with the white dog, and the dog's trying to play around, but she's like, calm down. Like she don't really, you can see she don't like the dog like all up in her face and shit. But the dog's like all next to her, all happy and shit. But your grandma is worried. Your grandma is worried that about you being taken advantage of by other people. Like she doesn't want you to be tricked very easy. She doesn't want people to like if you feel like someone's contradicting themselves around you, right? Then they are. There could be like a person your age or younger or like around your age bracket that's trying to like trick you or be very contradictive and you're like, why is this person being like this? You know? And it's like you might have to be very cautious about making decisions around this person or even telling them about your decisions. But your grandmother said like it doesn't matter what this person does because you're going to win in the end anyway. But they're going to try to trick you because they feel like you're the one bringing together the perfect situations, and they feel like you're the one that's most compatible and most liked. Or it could be somebody you work with that doesn't really like that's jealous of you maybe. Because at the end of the day, I know you're working hard and I know you're trying your best and you want to be your best, and I know you strive for the best. So like the main message here is continue to be the person you are, you know. Like she's saying continue to be the person you are, and don't like let this person make you feel so make you feel like you're doing something wrong or they're better than you or some bullshit like that. Like she like rolled her eyes and she's like, look, there's always somebody that's trying to get people who are doing the right thing to do the wrong thing or to contradict themselves or be more complex or be tricked into doing a decision that's gonna ruin shit. So if you catch yourself like making a decision or having to make a decision, especially a quick one, just be very cautious before you make the decision. Say, okay, look, if I do this and this, then I'll be okay. But they want me to do this and this, but I don't see that happening. So like just be like, fuck you, like, I'm doing shit my way. So just remember that they they don't want you, she doesn't want you to get caught up in this person's like, yeah, exactly. Fuck you. Fuck you. Thanks for the super chat, Claudia. So I would say, Destiny, that, you know, I don't see anything bad. But what your grandma is saying is because you're a person that has progression written all over your forehead and you want to progress and make your life better, there's other, and I preach this every day. I preach this on here every freaking day. And I tell people my life stories and how, and everybody in here gets hated on. Everybody in here has a story where they've been jealous, people jealous of them, people hating, people trying to ruin your life, people trying to get ahead of you, people trying to make things bad for you, make you look bad. It's just the way it is. It's evil versus good, good versus evil every day. So they want you just to be precautious. That's all. Right. So My whole thing is this: you're gonna get hated on because you're young, right? And you're smart, and you have your masters and shit like that. A lot of people don't want to see the young people progress, you know, and that's what happened to me when I was young. I went, I got, I made bread quick, and I always had a good job. I always I always wanted to go up the ladder. I never wanted to be a regular servant of bullshit. I always wanted to be the boss. I always wanted to be somebody important, and I always wanted to do my best and be the best employee I can and make as much money as I can. But it was only for the things that I love to do, not for what people want me to do. I always did what was best for me. And I got hated on in every single section of my life. But that never held me back from doing shit. So that's why, you know, Spirit saying your grandmother and is saying like, don't let it get to you. Just keep slaying. Slay Queen. I told my nephews something happened. I said slay. They were like, oh God. I said, look, there's a woman that comes in my chat, and I said she comes in there and she says slay, and we guys are all in there slaying. Now I got a few people in here that say it. So I said she's the slay queen, and they started laughing like crazy. They're like, this guy's using slay, and I was like, that's how people are. Yeah, hey, it's fun, it makes us laugh. Who cares, It's all good. I don't think anybody's gonna be jealous because we're slaying, and if they are, fuck them. We're the slave masters. All right, Destiny. So I'm glad the payment finally went through, and there was your reading for your other payment. So now we're all squared and good. And one thing about you, when I read for you or your mother, sometimes when it comes to like spirit, they come through. Especially your grandma, she comes through no problem. I didn't even have to ask anything. Even your dog came through. So everybody's good. Grandma's good. I saw her with the white dog sitting down. I saw Rocky, and he's with your brother and mom at the house. So everything's good, Destiny. You ain't got nothing to worry about. And they said your victory is nearing, so you're good. Yeah, yeah. Dogs always come because spirit knows I'm a dog lover. I love dogs. I love animals anyway. You know, so animals have always come through for me, no problem. You know, Barb says slay on. Oh shit. Bless you too, Destiny. You know me, I always wish you the best and the family. And I'm glad that Spirit confirmed what's going on. And PayPal's not drunk anymore. We got everything sorted out. So that's good. Amen. And I actually bought the see, PayPal is good in one way because when I go on eBay, I don't really go on eBay unless I buy parts like for car or for a bike or for like the generator. I bought tons of generator parts over the last 10 years from eBay, and I can use my PayPal on there. I can't use my PayPal on Amazon. So but eBay takes PayPal, and the person who sold me the part, they're from they accepted the PayPal. So I paid for the part with my PayPal money, and I was happy because I can finally use it to pay for something. So it was nice. So the money I make on here, I just pay for the part. Let me show you what the part looks like, the broken one. See, this is the part for the generator. See, you press start, bop, bop, and this thing, it says here, ready generator, ready to go. And this is the back of it. See, this is where all the shit plugs in. All the wires and shit plug into here, and that wire goes down. So this big ass thing costs $700. And there's a sticker right here. See what that sticker says? 03/02/15, March 2nd, 2015. So this lasted 10 years. And that's how long I've had the generator, for 10 years. And this piece got zapped. Like inside of here, there's like a board, and it's a big burnt mark in here. So this piece is still good. I can still use like parts from here, and I can still use the back part. But there's a big green like part. So you can't buy separate. You have to buy the entire thing. So this entire thing costs $700. So I use my PayPal money to buy it. So thank you everybody who's donated. You just pay for my generator to get fixed. So it's nice to use it on something that I need. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, it is. It is the best app for money. To me, it is. But see, I can't cash out on my PayPal. It doesn't go to my account because I'm in Bermuda. I wish I can transfer my funds that I make on here to my PayPal. To my bank, but they don't associate with Bermuda. So what I do is I pay for shit that I need with PayPal. So I just bought that. So I'm happy because I had a good bit of money in there and I couldn't use it because I weren't really buying anything. So I bought, that for $700, and I was happy as heck because there was another website. That same part was $830, and they wanted $100 for shipping. And I was like, I ain't paying no $900 or $1,000 for this shit. So then I went shopping around. I said, you know what? Let me check Amazon. Amazon, nothing there. Then I went to eBay, and bang, I went to eBay, and it was right there, $700. And I'm like, grand, no problem. Bang. That's a blessing. So yeah, at least it's on its way. It should be here by Wednesday, Thursday next week. And that's when the hurricane's supposed to come around here is next week. So when the part comes in, it'll be fixed and I ain't got to worry about it. Yeah, it is. It's a blessing. Everything went all right. So we're good. But yeah, the humidity is problematic, and the thunder. We've had so many lightning and thunderstorms in the 15 years I've lived here. The thunder and the lightning have never zapped anything in this house. Nothing. And we've had really bad thunder and lightning storms here. And we've never gotten hit or nothing's ever blown up or nothing. This is the first time in 15 years that the lightning has like destroyed something. My cable box is gone. My nephew's LED lights were all gone in his bedroom. They zapped that too. It sent a surge through the generator and burnt out the generator, this piece here, and blew the fuses and everything. And my cable box is shut. So it's all good. At least it didn't like put a hole through my house. And look, that part's 10 years old. So I can't complain, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, it's fucked up that it happened. It has to happen now of all times. Like, I wish it would happen like during the winter time, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the generator for the hurricane. Because now we have a tropical storm that's by the Caribbean called Erin, and it's getting stronger by the day. It's now to 60 miles an hour, but it says by next week Thursday, it's supposed to be right next to Bermuda and the United States. So Bermuda's here, the coast of Florida and Miami, and then because Miami's right here, Florida, and then it goes like to North Carolina, Atlanta, and all that. So Bermuda's right here, and the storm's supposed to come right in between both of us and just barely, give us a little bit of wind and rain. So if that's the case, I'll be happy. because it won't come here directly. And it says by the time it reaches here, it's supposed to be a category 3. And if it's a category 3 and it comes here, we're fucked. And it's not going to look good. And if my package comes next week during the storm, then I won't be able to get it because everything's going to be closed and all fucked up. But I'm hoping that it doesn't come here. So I appreciate everybody praying that the hurricane doesn't affect anybody. I don't want it to hit anywhere because it's already killed 7 people in Cape Verde as it formed. It formed over Cape Verde Islands by Africa, and it killed 7 people through the floodings and all that. So I don't want it. It already did its damage, and I hope it does no more. So yeah, that's the situation. But the main thing is I'm okay, and everybody's okay. All right, Claudia, thanks for the super chat. You said, do you see anyone coming in love in the near future? All right, let's check. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's safe. You know, when the lightning and the thunder came and it zapped when it hit the when we lost electricity and then it zapped the generator, I wasn't even like really pissed off or mad. And then when my friend took that piece out today and I saw the sticker and it said 2015, he said, Mark, this is good for this piece to last 10 years. And I said, well, that's the heart of the generator, right? Is this board. Because this controls everything. Without this, it won't work. He goes, well, you got 10 years out of it, Mark, so don't worry about it. He goes, it's life, man. And he goes, you're not the only one who got zapped. There's a lot of people. And then when I went to the city, I went to the cable place, there was 20 people in line with all their boxes in their hand. So obviously the lightning did a bad number on us. And I'm not the only one, see? That's why I'm blessed to like not have nothing serious happen. So it's all good. At least I got a deal on the actual part because I could have paid $200 more than that. So the guy who sold it on eBay is brand new, but you know he had it on there like a cheap price. So, well, $700 ain't cheap, but it's better than paying $1,000. So I paid $700 for a brand new piece, and the guy's a good seller. He's got like a good name. So I was like, all right, cool. He had good reviews. Everything's fine. Usually when I get shit on eBay, it's usually really good. The parts I've gotten for the generator before has all been legit. So yeah, I just gotta wait. Just gotta wait for it to come in. Yeah, it was very rough. Claudia, are you here? Okay, you're here. Cool. All right. No problem. I just wanted to make sure you were here before I gave you your reading. I don't want to be. I was just talking there for a minute. You guys like this? Look. Some good shit. Well, everything's okay. Yeah, that's good stuff. I drink one every now and then. I don't really drink it too much because it's pretty sweet. But it is good, though. It's nice. It tastes good. My nephew took me to lunch today. He bought me lunch and he bought me that drink. Pain in the ass. Well, Claudia, I don't really get any love situations from now to like next couple months. What I do get is like if you do meet anybody, they're going to be a little bit older than you, someone who's very indecisive, immature, somebody who doesn't really want a love relationship. someone who really doesn't just wants to have fun and that's it. Someone who's not serious, and someone who is had a rough time and just trying to take their next victim out. And it's almost like this guy is like a person who is like wanting to be with a woman so they can make them mad for all the women that made them mad. I know that sounds crazy, but if you feel like you're meeting somebody like that, or this person is immature or comes across in a weird way, yeah, avoid that. This person's older than you too. Could be like 5 or 6 years older than you. But I get this person wants to take shit out on the next person, just because. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I got according to what I see here. But I feel like your intuition is on point when it comes to these situations, because I'm getting that you know who to trust and who not to trust. You know who's being consistent and not consistent. You know who's being honest and not honest. So I would say, like, from now to the end of the year, it doesn't really look like a love relationship is possible. Let me see something. Alright. Well, I keep getting, every time I ask about someone for you, the person comes up reversed. But it says even though you can't find like someone to be in a love relationship, you can have sociable, friendly relationships with a man, with someone. So this is saying that you're better off having um a social relationship, or social relationships with a man, just talking, having fun, still being single, and getting your way to just communicating with men. But it says that you will easily walk away from someone when you feel like they don't put any effort, or they're like, you discontinue dealing with the person because if you're gonna put in all the work and that person isn't, then you're gonna be like, yeah, whatever, loser, I'm gone. So right now, from now to the end of the year, I don't really see a suitable person. I don't see a guy who's gonna say, "Oh yeah, Claudia's marriage material. I'm gonna settle down and I'm gonna see if I can be with this woman because I really like her and she's this and she's that." I just see a guy who's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, hey, what's up? When are you gonna open your legs? If not, then I'm gone." So if you ain't giving out nothing, then you're not gonna get any type of like vibe from anybody. But that's a good thing though. Yeah, don't open up your legs. Fuck that shit. You might get something. Yeah. So that's the only person that I see, is like someone who just wants casual talking, sex, and treat you like a hoe and goodbye. So you don't want that. I don't want that for you either. But I do get that you doubt and you show your doubt towards the person. I feel like when you like somebody, you'll tell them or you'll show them. And I feel like when you dislike someone, you'll show them and tell them, or you'll put your foot down and be like, look, I'm not here to play fucking games. Goodbye. So if you keep that mentality and that attitude and stick to your intuition, you'll be fine. But I feel like you're gonna be happy regardless of being, with somebody or not. I feel like you're gonna be happy regardless. Because it tells me here you're gonna be happy with the sociable relationships you have with your friends, family, workers, you know, whoever. Like, your day to day existence in the world is going to be okay. You're still going to be happy. And you're going to discontinue to deal with anything you need to discontinue to deal with. Like, I don't really see you like being uncertain. You might be uncertain and doubting people, but that's good. But they also might feel the same way when they meet you. They might be like, you know, this chick knows what she wants, so I can't just get no coochie today. I gotta put in the time. But even if they put in the time, you might be like, you ain't getting it that easy, bro. You gotta put in way more time than that. So unfortunately, I hate to say it, but the probability of anybody finding, you know, a really, really good person to marry and to be within a good relationship and solid relationship, even if you don't get married, even if you like date for like 2 years and you end up moving in with each other and then get married after 5 years. Like I don't really see people wanting to do that type of shit because they're just too fed up of getting themselves in that position and then getting slapped in the face. So people, I think more people are scared to advance in a relationship because they know that it's a very possible that they can get heartbroken quick. I agree with you 100%. That's why I'm not. No, you're absolutely right. I commend you for saying it, and it's true anyway. Because men are the ones who get fucked over, pretty much. But you know what? Some men deserve it. Like my ex brother-in-law, he deserves to get fucked over because he doesn't care about my sister or the kids. He left my sister for a dirty hoe, and then he tried not to pay anything, but now he's paying a lot. And now he finally lost the battle and the war, and now he has to pay every month, and he still has to pay for the kids' school and everything else and college. And he signed a paper and agreed to all of it like a jackass. But nobody really knows that because he's lying to everybody, telling everybody, "Oh, I ain't giving them shit." Nah, nah, nah. Yeah, look, the receipts right here, dumbass. So he lost, and he lost miserably. But in the beginning, he acted like he ran the world and he was going to dictate to us what he was going to do and what we were going to pay for with his money. But in his case, he deserved to get fucked over financially. And he deserves to pay our way because of what he did to us and what he did to my sister and the kids and to me and to his own family. That's why his family's kind of disowned him now for doing all this dumb shit to us. Because he's on like a revenge tour for your own dumbness. Like, how could you be on a revenge tour for the things that you created? So I agree with men shouldn't get married, but me personally, I would love to get married. But if I were to get married in this day and age, like if I were to get married in the next 5 years, right? Say if I met somebody this year and I got to know him and I lived with them for a few years and I said, you know what, I'm finally gonna get married. I'm in my 50s now. You know, in 5 years' time I'll be in my 50s. And I'll say, you know what? I know I'm with the right person. You know, we don't even have a house, we're just living in an apartment or something. Or, you know, whatever the case may be, right? You ain't taking my shit. That ain't happening. So if I were to buy a house or if I were to have like you're not gonna have a joint account with me. You're not gonna use my fucking money and I'm not gonna use yours either. We have to work together. If I can find a woman that can work together instead of take everything from me, then I'm gonna be married. If I can't find a woman like that, I'm not getting married. And because that's the main thing. And I know money should not be the main thing in a marriage, but it definitely is a huge part of it. And say if I married somebody and they moved in with me in this apartment, the first thing I'm going to say to her is, this is the bills that I pay. So you're going to pay, I'm going to pay for these bills, right? Like I always do. And you're going to pay for groceries. You're going to pay for you're going to pay for this, you're going to pay for that. So that way it equals up to what I'm paying for. Yeah? You can cook today, I'll cook tomorrow. We'll both wash dishes, we'll both wash our clothes, we'll both do this and we'll both do that. If we can have an understanding of paying for shit half and half and doing everything 50-50 and putting in 100% with each other, emotionally, physically, and mentally, then we'll be fine. It'll be almost perfect. But see, a woman's gonna, most women, not all, most women and men, but in my case, a woman would say, "Oh, you got your own business, you got a brand new van out there, and you live in this nice apartment, you ain't got no kids, okay, I'm gonna milk this guy for everything he has. He's gonna pay for all my shit." And then you probably think that I'm going to. Yeah, that third or fourth time we go out to dinner, and I'm already paid those two first times. That third and fourth time, I'm gonna say now, when the guy comes over with the check like this, and he's gonna say, "Oh, here you go, sir." I'm like, "No, you can give it to that chick right there. Look, here you go, babe. It's your turn." She's gonna be like, "What do you mean?" Or she might say, "Sure, babe, I'll pay for it, no problem." Now, if she says, "Sure, babe, I'll pay for it, no problem," and I'll pay for whatever, I'll love her even more every day. But if she says, "Fuck you, I'm not paying for it," I said, "All right, no problem. I'm gonna pay for it, and guess what? Goodbye and good riddance." "Oh, you're gonna break up with me because of that?" "Hell yeah, because you're already letting me know that you only want to be with me so I can pay for shit." So, what relationship that's gonna be almost perfect if I gotta pay for shit all the time? And you think because you go down on your knees and give me some head that's gonna solve every problem? No, it ain't. Because I weren't getting no head all this time, and my life was perfectly fine. So don't think you're gonna be, doing what you think you're gonna do to make me. Ain't no dollar bills on this D. There ain't no $100 bill tattooed to this D. Okay? No, no, you pay, I pay, and that's it. You'll get some D regardless. You just gotta pay too. Hey Marley, how you doing? You're listening at work? You must have came in and said, "What the fuck this guy talking about now?" Marley came in when I was talking about somebody going on their knees and paying. She was like, "Oh Lord, Mark's going up to it again." You see what I mean? So like that's, but you know what? A woman could say the same thing about a man. A guy could say, "I'm gonna make this woman pay for everything. I'm gonna rock her world. I'm gonna do this and do that to her. Give her the best sex ever. She's gonna pay, guaranteed." And that I've seen both roles. I've seen both things. I've seen both male and female do that to each other. And that shit ain't happening. I've seen my brother and my sister get a divorce. I've seen one of my best friends get a divorce twice. And a lot of it's self-inflicted, you know? Orion Taraban. I'll write it down and check. If I were to do a podcast, right, and talk about this shit, people would send death threats to me. Because I'm the type, see, I don't really bash women like that. I love women, don't get me wrong. I get a lot, I have a lot, I have a lot of women friends. And I never say all women are hoes and all women are gold diggers and all women are shit. You'll never hear those words come out of my mouth in a serious way. I will always say some, not all, some. Some women get mad because I call women hoes. If you're a hoe, you're gonna get offended probably. And if you're a hoe, you might be like, "Damn right, I'm a hoe." But I'm not calling every person a hoe. You know? I'm only saying that the ones that are like that, those are the ones you gotta watch out for. Men too. Orion Taraban. I think I've heard that person before. I think I'm on TikTok. I like Andrew Tate. I know a lot of people don't like him, but Andrew Tate, he talks about how women are all the time. People hate him. Not me, I like him. I think he talks real shit. Andrew Tate's a gangster. He talks all that shit about hoods and all that. He makes me laugh. He'd be like, let me tell you something. You need to sort yourself out. You don't want a stupid bitch that's going to take all your fucking money. You see me? I'm rich. And I'm not going to let no woman take what I have. I'm not going to get married. Are you foolish? He be talking that raw shit. He make me laugh. Yeah, Andrew's controversial. Him and his brother are crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. I like listening to him, but he can be off the wall crazy too. But I've had arguments on here in the past with some women in here because a lot of women on here have had, men disrespect them very badly and men who treat them like shit, right? But that's your fault. And then some women are like, what do you mean it's my fault? See, you already, that's why the man left you, because you don't want to take accountability. It takes two to tango, right? It takes two to do shit. If a woman or a man does not take accountability for who they let into their lives and who they let in between their legs, then that's your fucking problem. It ain't mine. Yeah. If you make the decisions you make, you choose who you have in your life. So if you prolong that and you keep having bullshit happen to you, then that's your fault. And I had to learn that the hard way. It's soft. I recommend watching it. Okay, I'll watch them. No problem. Might unmatch. Marty, yep. That's what he says, yeah. But what he says is true, though. Well, and that's why most people don't like when I talk about this shit on here. They get upset because like, for instance, I talk about relationships a lot because a lot of people ask about them, right? And I never judge anybody in here unless you want me to judge you. All right, Barb, take care, sweetheart. Yeah, I remember seeing something about that too. Yeah. But see that Coldplay concert incident, right? You know why that happened? I'll tell you why that happened and why that person got caught. That happened, right, to show the world that in this society and this day and age, if you are going to do something like that, why do it in the public eye? Don't you know you're in the public eye? Don't you know those cameras can go anywhere, anytime? And you're there hugging up this chick, and your coworkers are there too. So you're putting your coworkers in more of a predicament too. Because then they're gonna be like, then the wife's gonna be like, why the fuck you didn't tell me? Or the other woman, like the husband might the other husband of the other woman might say, why the hell you didn't say something? Oh, well, that's their problem, it's not mine. And then you put your social media put them on blast. They were on every meme in the world. And I'm so happy that they both cheated on each other. Like, they cheated on their spouses. It's not like, she was married and he was married, So I'm glad that happened, right? Yeah. I'm glad that happened, but I feel sorry for the children because they're in the TikTok era. And everything on TikTok is gonna get blasted. And those people are memes forever. That shit, no one's ever gonna forget about that. In your lifetime, nobody will forget it. 10 years from now, that shit's still gonna be talked about. And that's why I tell people, when you do dumb shit, you gotta get prepared for the consequences. And that is the consequence, karma. If you think you're gonna do whatever you want and get away with it, your day is going to come. And what those two did to their families is disgusting. It's nasty, and they're going to hell. And now the whole world knows that you idiots are cheaters. And not only that, there's plenty of people out there doing that shit that don't give a fuck. And that's where you get caught. And I used to tell people used to ask me because I used to be a DJ. I don't know if I told this story on here before. And I just saw this hoe the other day, and I can call her a hoe because I know she is. She's a nice hoe, but she's still a hoe. So this I used to DJ in many clubs here in Bermuda back when I was in my 20s. And I'm the DJ, so I'm here and everybody's in front of me. And back of me is a wall. Nothing else. When you go to a club, the DJ sees everybody. So one day I was DJing and I could see everybody, and the promoter came on and grabbed the microphone and was saying about some special drink shit. And I happened to like look up and I had the next song queued up. And I looked up and I said, oh shit. Look at her. Look at her winding up that guy. Look at her all fucking kissing this guy. She's married to what the fuck? This woman's married to my boy and they got 3 kids, and this hoe is out here scrubbing up against this next mofo and kissing off of him. She drunk as hell. And I'm like, wow, Mark, you're watching Cheating 101. And I'm like, and my first instinct was to like throw something at her, But she was so far away, but I still saw her. And then later on that night, I happened to look up at her again because it was bothering me. I looked up at her again and she saw me, and I knew her very well. Her mom and my mom are best friends. So I saw her and I was like, and she saw me, she was like, as if to say, yeah, you're playing a lot of good music while I'm cheating on my husband. Like she had the nerve to be like, hey, I know you see me cheating, Like I don't care. I'm a hoe. And after I saw that, I was heartbroken. And my friend, I was going home that night with all my equipment in the van. And my friend was like, you're quiet, man. That was a nice night, man. You had that place rocking. I said, yeah, you know what? But I saw this hoe cheating on her husband last night, tonight. And it bothers me. She's got 3 kids. That guy's probably home taking care of those kids. And she's out here slapping tongue on some next guy and rubbing all up against this guy's rubbing his D all over. I was watching them scrub each other and dancing with each other and shit, dirty dancing. And he's like, no way, you're serious? I'm like, who was that? I said, yeah, this person. He goes, oh, I don't know who that is. I'm like, but I do. And I say, my first instinct is to see him, call him, and tell him. I say, get rid of this hoe, man. She's in the club fucking around on you while you're home dealing with your children. But you know what? It caught up to her. And this was like probably 20-something years ago, right, that I saw this. And I ended up meeting one of her sons because he works like in the same place as my sister. And he would talk shit to my sister about his mother, like being a hoe. And she's been married now 3 times now, maybe 4. I think it's 3 or 4 times she's been married. And she's got 3 kids from her first guy and another child from her second marriage. And she just got married again to a younger, ugly ass mofo that I don't like. And I saw her at the grocery store last week, and she came up to me and I said, hey, how you doing? She goes, oh my God, Mark, I haven't seen you forever. I was like, yeah, little do you know how I feel about you. Right. And she's got like these huge fake titties, right? And she ain't got no figure, nothing else. All you see is these big ass tips. Like she probably will fall over herself. And she's been like that for a while. And she came up to me and I said, oh, congratulations on getting married again. She's like, I don't even want it to do it, but I did it. But it's so nice seeing you. And she went like this, and I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna hug this damn woman now. And, she's never done nothing wrong to me. And my parents and her parents are like, close and whatever. And I gave her a hug and said, congratulations on your marriage. And I was saying to myself, Mark, don't say nothing. Just congratulate her and leave. And that's what I did. I just like stayed out of it, and I just say, you're getting your karma anyway. I know all about your bullshit, what you've been through. And now you're with another guy who beats women and beat his last wife. And he's probably gonna beat your ass next. And you deserve it too, because you cheat on everybody. So I was like, whatever. And I just minded my business. I said congratulations and moved on. But it's crazy how like these hoods are. They just do whatever they want. And they get to live and be fine, and they got collecting child support and don't give a shit about nobody. But then there's men who that's a woman disrespecting her man. That's one incident. That's an incident I can tell you. She don't deserve anything. Even though she ain't done nothing to me, I've seen her cheat from day one. So even though there was no Coldplay cameras back, even there weren't cameras back then, 20 some years ago, there weren't no cameras catching that shit. See what I'm saying? In the club, there was no cameras. It wasn't a thing, and in Bermuda, we don't really need that shit. And our phones didn't have no cameras on them either back then. I don't even know if I had a cell phone. I think I did, but it was like one of those Nokia ones where it was no camera or nothing. You couldn't even text on it. I don't even think texting was a thing when I was like DJing at that point in time. I was like 20 something. Anyway. But now you can't get away with shit. Cause I could take my phone out in the club right now, and I can go behind somebody and zoom in on you and take a screenshot and send it right to your phone. I mean, like, look, your wife's here cheating on this guy, cheating with this guy. But back then it was a word of mouth. So I could have went and saw the guy and say, look, I was in the club last night and I saw your wife scrubbing. Oh, you sure it was my wife? I'll be like, look, I'm going. I'm up. You don't want to believe me, then that's your problem. And then she could sit there and deny everything I said because there's no evidence. It was my word against her. Who you gonna believe, me or your wife? And that's where they got away with it. See? That's my point of my story. But you know what? There's also good women and good men that I know that have been married twice, 3 times, and they take accountability. They say, "Hey, look, it was my fault," or I should have not got married, or I should not have had a child with this person. But I love my kids, and I made a mistake. They take accountability, and those are the ones that I admire the most. If you can say, "Okay, I got married twice, 3 times. I have, 2, 3 baby daddies, but I made mistakes and I can understand that I did. But I take care of myself. I take care of my children. I made mistakes, yes, but I can't turn back the clock now. But you know what? I'm going to be the best mother I can. I'm going to put my kids through whatever they need to make their lives better. I ain't worried about my baby daddies. Fuck them. I know plenty of women that do that shit, and men. Say, I ain't worried about my baby mama. I'm taking care of my own kids. I'm taking care of my kids. I ain't worried about that hoe. Same thing with a woman. They say, I ain't worried about this deadbeat fucker. I'm going. And people, once you take accountability, then God says, okay, you forgave yourself for dealing with that person. Great job. Now you got to do the work. Now you got to say, I'm going to take care of my children. I'm going to take care of the rent, take care of my life, my business, my work, my children. And I know a lot of women right now, like my sister. She don't need her ex-husband for nothing. She makes more money than him. And she's always had more money than him. She's the one who does everything for everybody. My sister does everything. She's a great mother, a great employee, a great sister. She was a great wife, but she picked the wrong husband. But they made 2 kids together, which are doing great without their deadbeat dad, because they have me. So my sister is a wonderful single mom that does everything for her kids. And I know a lot of women that come in here to do the same thing. Tons of you. Marley's one of them. Marley's a single mom. She has her children. She does what she has to do. I've seen Marley come a long way since I've known her. And then we have Tanya that comes in here. She lost her husband, you know, and she has difficulties with her daughter, but it doesn't hold her back from doing what she has to do. She lives her life. She's come a long way too. I can name tons of people that come in here that have, that's had shitty ass situations and turned their life around. And I admire all of them. I always tell people about them because my sister and them and all these other people out there, they're in the same boat. And I'm not gonna look at them and say, "Oh, you dumb bitch, you married some clown. That's your dumb ass fault." Or you had kids with these fucking moron. I'm not gonna say that shit to you. I could, and I probably think it sometimes, but then why am I gonna judge you? It could not be your fault. And I see the person who I see now. Like my sister felt so dumb, and she was so hard on herself because she knows that she should have been left his ass, and she knew she made a big mistake, and she felt like she looks dumb because of all the shit that he's doing now. And I said, let me tell you something. You, right? You have done everything you possibly could to make that man change and make him a better person. He chose not to be a better person. He chose to cheat on you. He chose to disrespect these children. He chose to leave you. He chose to leave this house. You had nothing to do with it. You tried to keep it together. So how could you take any type of credit for his blame? And look at him now. He still ain't spoke to his kids in 2 years. He pays for everything. He pays for them, but he don't speak to them. You know why? Because that guilt eats him up every day. Because he knows he made the worst decision of his life, leaving you and them kids. And now that he thought the grass was going to keep growing on his side. He thought that everything was going to be fine. Look at him. Everybody says he's a fucking piece of shit, and nobody likes him. He ain't got no friends. His own family's disowned him. Fuck you. That's what you get. You want to be a piece of shit, you get piece of shit results. And it says in the Bible, a man who leaves his wife and children or leaves his humble abode and leaves his wife and his kids is going to hell. Hell. Not heaven. Hell. That's where you're fucking going. And he has a seat right next to the devil before they turn him in a rotisserie and burn them all up and cremate his ass. You damn right. And guess what person for the past 20 years has said that he is the devil in living flesh? Me. And everybody said, oh, Mark must be jealous of him because he's got money. He's got the latest things. Mark's jealous of his brother-in-law. Mark is this, Mark. They always try to make me seem like I was a jealous person. And I'm like, jealous of him? Jealous of what? You out of your damn mind. That guy is not even a quarter of a man. He's a fucking, he was brought up in a millionaire home. That guy never had to work a day in his life, and he still ain't working that much. He was born with a gold spoon sideways up his ass. He ain't gonna do nothing. He's still getting money from his business. He ain't never gonna suffer financially, but he's suffering mentally. I can guarantee you that. I probably haunt him in his dreams every day. He probably wakes up and says, "Please, Mark, don't kill me." Yeah, I hope he does. Yeah. Sounds like Emmy's dad. But he pays but terrible bond. Yeah, see, same thing with these guys' father. Same thing. He has to pay now because we took him to court. He didn't even want to go to court. He settled it outside of court because he knows if he went to court, he would have been paying double what he pays now. But even when he went to go pay the amount of money he pays every month, right, for those two boys, and pays for the school, right, and pays for their trips too. He agreed to pay for all that shit. Because my sister said, you gotta pay. Until these boys go 18, you gotta pink up. And even when they go college, you gotta pay too. So he ended up agreeing to it because if he went to court, he'd get fucked. And the only other thing he could have done was give up all his rights, and he would never do that. A narcissist will never give up his rights because he has to know where they are. So by law, you have to say, I'm going away on a trip and I'm going to Florida for 10 days. So he has to see their itinerary, you know, where they're going, what school they're going, what trip they're going on, you know, this, that, and the other. So he has that little bit of control to know where they are. And that's his narcissistic traits that he has. He could have said, fuck you, I'm not giving you guys one more dollar. And said, I'm giving up my rights, go away and not pay anything. He could have went away. He could have just vanished and said, I'm not paying for shit. I hereby give up my rights. Because that's the thing here. If a guy doesn't want to pay, he gives up all his rights. So he'll never know nothing about his children. He could have done it, but instead he said, nah. I have the money. I'm rich. So I'll pay. I don't give a fuck. I'll pay for the next couple years. Once it's all done, all the money's mine. I ain't gonna worry about these fuckers. That's what he's saying in his mind. But he has to hold on to that control as long as he can. And even when it's all said and done, he will still try and find a way to have some sort of control in a whack devilish way. Because that's what people do. That's what people do. And that's how he is. But see, we ignore him. And he hates that shit. Everything he does, we ignore him. And he's done a lot of stupid shit. Even the last thing he's done was even the worst thing he's done so far. And we still don't give a fuck. We're still going ahead. We're mad and we're pissed and we want to kill him. But for what? You know? I can beat the shit out of you today. And you'll be in pain for a couple weeks, maybe months. And you'll recover from that beat down. But what you can never recover from is going to hell. And that's the main thing. And that's what I told my nephews and my sister. That guy's going to hell. And before he goes there, what does your grandma say? My mom says, you pay here before you go. And if you don't, you already know where you're going. Put him on the rotisserie grill. Take him down to the fire pit. Tie his ass up to that big long pipe. And the devil's going to be like this. Cook you, motherfucker. That's where he's going. That's where a lot of people's going. Straight to hell. And if I can tap into you in spirit, then I know you didn't go there. That's why when people ask me about spirit and they don't show up, that's because you know where they're going. I can't tap into the devil. They ain't here. Don't think God's going to forgive everybody. That don't happen. No. You'll be in the fire pit soon. He's next. And you know what? They're getting karma every day. I told my sister and my nephews the biggest karma that guy has right now is not having you guys in his life. And you know how many people come up to him every day or every other day, every week, every month and say, hey, I saw your kids in the newspaper. You got some good boys, man. Those guys are playing volleyball, basketball. They won every award known to man this year. Oh, he graduated with honors. Imagine people that don't know the real story and think that he talks to his kids. You know how fucked up that is with all these people. And he works at a grocery store. So people see me like, hey, I saw your son in the newspaper. I saw your son here on Instagram. I saw him on Facebook. Oh, those guys won the league. They won the championship. I saw him holding the trophy. Oh, these guys got honors in school. Oh, I saw him with their uncle and their mother. And then. So that shit kills him. That shit bothers him because he thought that when he left, we were all going to be like, you know, so bad without him. You never did anything to make us happy or make us exceed anything anyway. So that's the real karma for him. And that's the real karma for everybody. So when Marley, you say Emmy's dad pays, but there's a terrible bond. Imagine when people see him. Oh, I heard Emmy's in the band and she's so good. I heard Emmy, is graduated with honors. I saw her on Facebook with a certificate. She was, this and that. You think people don't come up to him and say that shit? He probably don't even know half the shit. Or he knows and he'd be like, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, when is the last time you saw her? Oh, yeah, I see her, but, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And he probably be like, oh, Marty don't want me to see her. Marty's a witch. She's this, and she doesn't want me to see my daughter. They start playing victim. That's what my ex brother-in-law does. Oh, my ex-wife tells those boys don't come around me and my family and disown me. And Mark tells him that he wants to kill me. And Mark tells him don't come around me. They do everything to play victim. Meanwhile, the problem is theirs. Communication is so high. You can text, call, WhatsApp. You can come see the person. You know where we live. But you don't do none of the above because you know you're guilty and you know you fucked up. And another thing is, these boys' father, he's 120 pounds soaking wet. He's about 5'7", 5'8" maybe. And he's very skinny. He's all skin and bones. So all you got to do is go like this, look, boom, and he's going to crumble in like a puzzle. He's going to crumble into pieces. He can't fight. He's like skinny as shit. He ain't nobody. And my nephew is 6 feet tall, and he is 190 pounds. And if my nephew ever saw that guy anywhere, I pray to God that he don't do nothing to him. Because he's like 3 times the size of him. And that's why he don't want to link up with his sons, because his sons are bigger than him now. And those guys want to pulverize him. But I told him, don't ever do that shit. Don't hit your fathers. No, that's a sin. Don't do that shit. I said, let him rot in hell without you. Let him see you guys succeed. You know what kills his insides and kills him mentally? Is watching you guys win shit and be somebody in life. That's all you got to do. Don't give that guy your energy. Let them, the biggest revenge is letting somebody see you succeed. Believe that. Believe those words. The biggest revenge is letting somebody see you succeed. Let them see you strive and let their lives be shit. Welcome. You know what I mean? Cheers. Well, the weather looks like it's back now. Sun's back out. Anyway, we all have our things. We all have our situations. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not married. Because I don't want to put myself or any kids I make with a deadbeat mom, a piece of shit mom, or I have to fight for my child because you're a mother, because you're a woman. You got some more rights than me. Hell no. Fuck that shit. That's why I'd rather stay single. And if I do find somebody worthy of me and me worthy of them, then I'll be married and I'll be happy. Maybe one day. It's never too late. But I tell you one thing, I would definitely analyze my situation if I am with somebody, because I'm not going to let somebody take me for a ride. Hell no. Been there, done that. Yes, I have, Marley, and it's not looking good. But like I told my friend today, if it comes, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't put a stop sign out in the ocean and say, don't come here. And whatever happens is going to happen. I can't control it. Um, I know it sucks, but it's just the way it is. It's life. And I just hope that it doesn't come here. They keep saying it's going to come close to the United States and here. I mean, people can't really predict hurricanes to a T like that. So I have a lot of doubts that it's going to like actually come here. But nobody says that. No one's really saying that it's Bermuda's going to get hit. They actually think that there's one app that says that it's going in between the United States and the Carolinas. And then there's another, the Weather Channel says that it's going to be a category 3. Another channel says that, oh, the GFC model says it's going here and then it's going here. And then it shows all the spaghetti models. And there's like 100 lines here, Bermuda, and then like 3 or 4 lines like this. So everybody's predicting that this is Bermuda, this is the United States, and the hurricane is going to come right in between Bermuda and the United States. And that's happened a million times. So I can see that happening. If it does happen, that'll be great. And that way, none of us are going to get hit. We'll just get a little bit of wind and rain, and hopefully the electricity stays on because my generator's not working now because of the lightning storm. Fucked it up. So it's not good. So if that hurricane comes here next week and I don't have my generator fixed, then it's going to be a tough time without electricity. But I'm praying that it doesn't come here and it doesn't go anywhere near anybody. I just don't pray for it not to come here. I just don't want it to go anywhere, because anybody who receives a category 3 hurricane, you're in a lot of trouble. I know all about that. I've been in all categories and it's not fun. It never is fun. And anybody who tells you it is fucking lying. So, yeah. We'll see. Yeah, they're projecting the path to get close, but the only person that knows the truth is God himself. And I already predicted that Bermuda's not going to get hit by any hurricanes this month. Because at the beginning of the month, I pulled some cards and I said, Spirit, I want to ask you my famous question. Is Bermuda going to get hit by a hurricane this month? And it said no. So I'm going by what Spirit tells me. But let's see. And I just hope that it doesn't hit anybody. I don't want it to hit anybody. It's already killed 7 people in Cape Verde when it formed off of Africa. It went right over the Cape Verde Islands and killed 7 people in the flooding and shit. And that's when it was only 45 miles an hour full of rain and shit. So it was like a tropical storm. So it's tough. People have died here and people have died all over the world. So, and right now it's getting stronger by the minute, unfortunately. Right now it's 60 miles an hour and it's moving at 17 miles an hour, which is pretty fast. And that's not good. But one person says that, the dry air is holding it back a bit. Another person says that if this certain front comes in, it's going to push it back down. Right now, it's not even like it's weird. It's just spinning towards the islands, the Caribbean islands. And it says it's supposed to like hit Puerto Rico a bit. And if it does, Puerto Rico don't need that shit. They already been through hell and back. So I feel sorry for everybody during hurricane season. I really do. And it's very draining to listen to that shit every day. And I'm kind of glad I don't have my cable box. I don't know if you know, Marley, but I yesterday we got zapped by a lightning storm, and the lightning storm hit around here. It took my electricity away. 5,000 people were without electricity due to the lightning strikes. I was one of them. Yeah, it was a big lightning storm here yesterday in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. My electricity got zapped, and then the generator came on, and the next lightning hit the generator, and the generator's fucked. And here's the part that I just ordered. Hey, Tanya. This is the motherboard that I took out with my friend today. This is like the motherboard where it says, enter power, what the generator's doing. And if you look at that green sticker, it says 15. That's 2015. So this is 10 years old. The generator is 10 years old. And inside here is a motherboard with all these fuses and little things. So we took it apart, and there's a big burnt mark from the lightning struck and burnt this thing up. So this part is $700. I just paid for it, a new one. This is the old one, but I took it out, and nobody has it here in Bermuda, so I had to order it off of eBay. $700. So yeah, so it's supposed to be here next week. I ordered it today, so now that I know the problem, so as soon as I get it, we install it, and it's all back to normal, hopefully. So yeah, we were without electricity for 45 minutes. When I saw the electricity go out a second time on generator power, that's when I was worried. I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, the lightning must have fucking destroyed the generator. I'm like, great. Fucking great. This is exactly what I need. A hurricane's coming. It's getting zapped on hurricane season, and I'm like, great, this is fucking bullshit. But you know what? It didn't damage any houses around here. 5,000 people were without electricity because the lightning actually hit the telephone pole, and it was burning, was on fire. And the lightning actually hit a boat, and the boat disintegrated into flames. It engulfed into flames. The lightning hit the boat, and the boat caught on fire. And we hardly ever have these things happen here. But that's what happened yesterday. And on Monday, 3 guys got shot in broad daylight at 4:40. 2 of them died, and the other one is in critical condition. And apparently these 3 guys are the ones who've committed murders and been getting off. Somebody exposed the whole thing online. So there's a lot of bullshit going on in Bermuda right now. A lot of crazy things. Hey Dan, how you doing? And then yesterday, when all this shit went down, my mom called me to give me news about my friend. One of my friends passed away. He doesn't live here anymore, but I've known him for a long time. He was a friend of mine. He used to come to my parties, and he passed away. He died of like a heart attack or something. He was like 40, 42, 43. So it's a pain in the ass. Everything all at once. But the main thing is I'm okay. My mom and dad's okay. During the lightning storm, they didn't get hit, but we did. Which is I'd rather us get hit than my parents, because my parents are more, liable to bad shit. So we got the bad luck this time. I told my sister, that's okay. Don't worry about it. We're gonna fix the generator. The hurricane's not gonna come here. We have to keep thinking positive. And if it all goes to shit, that's okay. Don't worry. As long as we have our life and we're healthy and we have somewhere to live, we're good to go. Don't worry about it. Everything will be okay. We're going to be all right. All's good, Dan. Aloe water and honey. Oh, good Lord. Pretty soon we're going to need more bees. Oh, nice, Tanya. You got your Portuguese helpers there. That's good. They'll do a good job. Well, it's very humid here today. It's like 87 and it's like 80 humidity. And it just finished pouring. I came on here at 2 hours. I've been on here for 2 hours now. And 2 hours ago it was pouring. And now it's sunny again. This weather's driving me fucking nuts. It really is. I'm getting fed up, to be honest. I'm like, so I never complain about being drained, but I actually feel drained right now through all the bullshit that I've endured this week. But I'm okay. Like I'm in good spirits. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in good spirits. I'm still happy and positive, and I know everything could be a lot worse than what it is. And you know, everything's okay. I'll be all right. I'm not gonna whine and soak like a little biatch. I know everything's okay. I'm all right. There's gonna be days like this. It can't always be good. It can't always be bad. But like I say many times, I'd rather have small shit happen than have something bad happen. So it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna be all right. Dan, I didn't even know if you were here or not. This is the problem, Dan. The motherboard. This is the motherboard for the generator. We took it apart. See right here, there's a fuse, right? And a USB cable. Every time you put a fuse in there, it will pop. So we took this apart, and there's a green motherboard in here with all these little things, and it was a big burnt mark. So the lightning hit the motherboard. So I just ordered one on eBay, brand new, $700, and it'll be here probably Wednesday or Thursday of next week, right in line with the hurricane if it comes. Nobody has that part here. I told my friend, the tech guy, I told him to check to see if anybody has a secondhand one, or if he can find one here, I'll buy it. But I didn't hear anything, so I ordered it on eBay. So that one's 10 years old. There's a 2015 sticker on it. That's when we got the generator, was 10 years ago. Because we lived here for like 4 years before the first hurricane really like destroyed us. And then we got a generator. We were like, fuck this. Well, it must have hit something. I don't know. If it hit the generator, it would have blew up because it's propane. But it must have, like, I guess it surged the because apparently what I heard was there's like these little electrical like places, right? And the lightning actually hit one of the electrical places, and then it sent a surge because our electricity was already out. And then when the generator kicked in, a bigger lightning came and struck somewhere, and then must have retarded the system and burnt the generator, burnt that motherboard. It blew the fuses and everything. So, but it's all good. But if the lightning hit the generator, it would have blew up because it's propane. And thank God it didn't hit the propane tank. So I have a lot to be grateful for. You know what I mean? I have a lot to be grateful for. I rather spend $700 on a part than spend $7,000 on fixing a hole in a house and doing all this bullshit and being struck by lightning or have, bad, worse things happen. So it's all good. I'm just glad we're okay. Well, to be honest, I paid for that with my money I made from readings on PayPal because I used my PayPal to buy that. So I'm blessed. See? Yeah, she contributed to it. She messaged me too and asked me if I was coming on. Shout out to Maria Bessos. But yeah, like I told everybody on here before that, I can't transfer my PayPal money to my account because they don't deal with Bermuda account. But I can use it to pay for things. So the good thing is I used my PayPal money to pay for it. So thanks everybody who's donated to my PayPal. You're paying for my generator to get fixed. And if my generator is fixed and it's during the hurricane and I have power through the generator, I can give you readings because I'll be online while everybody else ain't got a generator. They won't be able to, have electricity. So as long as I have a generator, see, I used your money to be here in your needs. It's all good. I gotta use the PayPal money for something. Now, what's happening here? Tanya, you said the dumpster comes tomorrow. Phil's truck is in the repair shop. I hope it's salvageable and fixable because I need it for the move. Last night it died of lack of coolant, and I put more coolant in it, and I barely got it to the repair shop. Well, that's good. At least you got it there. Now that it's there, it's good. But yeah, then I went to the city to go get my cable box because my cable box got zapped by the lightning too. And I don't have no cable TV right now because the lightning hit that too. And it also messed up my nephew's LED lights are all gone. Um, and and the generator got messed up. And we were without electricity for 45 minutes. So that's what the lightning did. So then I go to the city and I'm waiting in line, and there's like 20 people in line to get their internet boxes changed and their cable boxes changed. I'm actually thinking about going back to the city right now on my bike real quick to see if I can get my box changed because I really want to get my TV done. Nope. Just the internet got affected, the cable. Our internet's okay for right now, as you can see. It's okay, but the boys said that internet next door is not really that great. So every time I call the internet company, you're not allowed to speak to anybody. They're saying the message says it's a recorded message that says we are aware of all the problems that the lightning storm has made. We are working very diligently and all around the clock to make everything work out. So then I go down to the place. It's like 10 minutes away from here and it's got 20 people in line. So I kind of don't want to go back there because if I see the line again, I'm going to be pissed and then I'm going to like waste my time and gas for nothing. But now that it's like almost 4 o'clock here, maybe I'll get a chance to like slip in there and get a new box. Yeah, it's safe to get the box changed, but because I have like the everything else is working. It's just the box is dead. It got zapped. So I have to go there. It's like a 10-minute ride because if I go in my car, it's gonna be worse. I'll never find any parking. But the bike parks are easy. People always coming in and out like so. I need to go on my bike again and just go there and just like pull up and see if there's a lot of people. If there isn't, I'm gonna go in there real quick and get my box changed. Because I really miss my cable because I watch all my games on there, and the Bermuda local channels are on there. So I need to go get it. I would like to go get it, like exchanged. But everybody's there right now because a lot of people got zapped. But I went at 12 o'clock, and that was like lunchtime. So I'm sure that the rush is probably gone now. So I'm gonna go there real quick. It's only 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go real quick and then see if I can get it changed and then come back. Yeah, the place closes at 5:30, I think. So actually, let me check. Uh, Yeah, 9 to 5. So it's open till 5 o'clock. So if I go now, it's almost 4. So if I go now at the very end, maybe I can catch. Maybe they'll have a limit of how many people they're gonna take. So at least I'll be there for no less than an hour. I don't mind waiting an hour to get in there before closing time because they're gonna go much faster now because they want to go home. I know how it works. Yeah, I'm gonna go real quick because I've been on here for like 2 hours and the weather looks a lot better now. Actually, let me check the weather before I go. Let me see. Radar. Let's see if I'm going to rain. Yeah, no rain around right now. So I can go and come back and I won't get pissed on. So that's good. Good. All right, guys. I'm gonna go. I'll let you guys know how I make out. But so far, I've ordered the part for the generator, so that's a plus. And I'm gonna go see if I can get my cable box so I can watch some baseball tonight in the Weather Channel. And I'll probably be back later on tonight. Marley, are you going live? Get your ass live. Thanks, Destiny. All right, Dan. Tanya, Marley. Whoever else is in here, Claudia. You're going on about 7 my time? Okay, good. See that, guys? Marley's going live at 6 p.m. That's in 2 more hours from now. Get your ass live, woman. All right, good. So you get yes, please go see Marley. She's a good friend of mine and she's a great reader too. I taught her everything she knows. Not. Thanks, Destiny. Okay, Claudia. Okay, Tanya. Dan, Destiny, Marley. I'll see you guys later on. We're gonna go aggravate Marley tonight, and then you can aggravate me afterwards. All right. Bye.